Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. Now, this is going to be my second time trying to do this video. The first time I did it, when I uploaded the film, it did not turn out the way I wanted it to, so I actually ended up deleting that video. Now, if you guys may or may not hear my fan in the background of this video, I do apologize for that. Now, I had stated in a video when I was talking about organizing and upgrading my collection that series would be a multi-part series. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the DVDs that I plan to upgrade. A nice little stack because there's a pretty decent amount of DVDs. Now the Blu-rays is going to take a little bit longer, but from what I've been seeing in my research is that there's a lot I'm going to end up upgrading. So many different releases, and yeah, that video will be coming, but it'll just be a little while because there's a lot. So let me show you guys what I currently have on DVD that I will be upgrading to Blu-ray. So let's start off with Dr. Horrible, the sing-along blog. This is a really short little film that stars Neil Patrick Harris. You've got Nathan Fillion and Felicia Day. It is written and it's directed by Joss Whedon, and it's written by Jed and Joss Whedon, as well as Zach Whedon and Marissa. I don't even know how to pronounce her last name. So somebody named Marissa that they know. Yeah, very funny musical superhero villain type of film. There is a Blu-ray release. It went out of print, but it's more of like the affordable type of Blu-ray. I think on Amazon it's around like $50, which really isn't that bad compared to some of the other films I'm going to show you guys that have, a Blu-ray that's way more than that. So yeah, Dr. Horrible is going to be one to upgrade, and I do currently have that listed on eBay. Next, we have Scare Package and Scare Package 2. I was not aware that these are available on Blu-ray. Excuse me. Now, my Walmart won't sell like Shudder releases on Blu-ray. It's mainly just DVD. I think like some of the Blu-ray releases you have to get them like offline. But I did see on eBay that these two are available, and I think they were like under $10 with free shipping separately. So I mean, for like what, $20 or so, I can get both of them on Blu-ray. So those will be upgraded, and these are currently on eBay as well. And I will put the link to my eBay store down in the description below. The next two are a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie. There are Disney Movie Club exclusive. I can't speak. There are Disney Movie Club exclusives for these two films. They are a little pricey on Amazon. I think I saw like $40 to $50, which is a little ridiculous. I get their club exclusives, but come on. I mean, more people are going to buy from the club than anything. But I do plan to eventually upgrade these as well. They're just fun little movies that I grew up with. Next is Charles Bronson's Murphy's Law. I can't remember who released this one, but I know there is a release out there. Gotta love Charles Bronson. I do want to pick up the Death Wish films that he's done. There's 5 in this series, and of course the remake, which I actually like the remake. But they finally released all the films individually on Blu-ray, because for a little while I think like 5 didn't have a Blu-ray release here in the States, and I think parts 2, 3, and 4 were in that like triple feature set, and then part 1 was on its own separately. So now they all have separate releases, so I will eventually be getting those, but Murphy's Law is one to upgrade. The next one here is Monkey Bone, which is a very underrated and forgotten Brendan Fraser film. Now, this movie has a US Blu-ray release, but the Blu-ray release is out of print, and it goes for a pretty big amount of money. I think you're looking at maybe $200 as the highest. Now, I did do a little research, and there's actually a UK release I came across for $30, which is not bad. Now, this UK release does state that it is region B, but when I read the description, the buyer said that it's actually all region. So I'm looking forward to eventually upgrading this one to Blu-ray. I don't have this one listed yet, but it's on my list to do so. Next is the John Candy film Canadian Bacon, which I do have a review for. This one I'm gonna upgrade. I really enjoyed it. I don't know who released this one on Blu-ray. I just saw on Amazon that there was a release for it. The next one here is Necessary Roughness, which is one of my favorite early 90s sports films. We have a great cast. I mean, we have Sinbad, we've got Scott Bakula, we've got a very young Jason Bateman in this. We've got Hector, how do you pronounce his name? Elizondo or something like that. He is in the Princess Diary films. That's really mainly where I remember him from, but he's apparently been in a lot of other things. I just never really seen any of them. But this one I found on eBay from the same seller that I bought the Toxic Avenger, the Porkies, and what was the other one I got from them? Society. They have a great variety of films, and this one they do have on Blu-ray for I think it was like $10, give or take. So yeah, that one I'm definitely upgrading. This one again is on my eBay store. Again, like I said, I'll put the link down in the description below. Next, now this one's gonna be a little difficult because the Blu-ray release for this is about at 200 as the highest, I would say. I try to look for a Region 2 release or a bootleg, and I'll try to do more research, but it's My Super Ex-Girlfriend. I feel like this is a very underrated comedy. It's really enjoyable. It's got a great cast. We've got Rainn Wilson, we got Luke Wilson, we've got Uma Thurman, Eddie Izzard, who is one of my favorite British comedians. We've got Anna Faris, who, was coming off of the Scary Movie franchise, at least the third film. I don't think she's even in the fourth. Is she in the fourth? She might be in the fourth film. I can't remember. It's been quite some time since I've seen those movies. But, she ended up changing her hair color. So, after she did that, she left and right. She was being in films here and there. So, yeah, great cast. Really enjoyable. But, unfortunately, the Blu-ray is like $200. Which really, really sucks. The next two here are Katharine Hepburn films. Katharine Hepburn is an actress who I've always wanted to check out her work, and I just really haven't gotten to it. And the fun fact is I'm actually a distant cousin of hers. My great-grandfather and her were first cousins. I'm actually related to her by her mother. Never got the opportunity to meet her, unfortunately, which is a shame. I would have really had liked to ask her questions, some really hard questions about the movie industry and things like that. But the first one I plan to upgrade is Adam's Rib with Spencer Tracy. I was about to have a brain freeze right there. But yeah, I've been waiting to watch this one because this one's not in the best shape. It's a former library release. And they don't really take good care of their releases, so I have held off on that. And then the next one here is not only does it star Katharine Hepburn, you got James Stewart and Cary Grant, and that is The Philadelphia Story. Now this one has a Criterion release, so I'm excited to eventually pick that up. Now when I made the video about upgrading the collection, I did state that my goal is to upgrade everything for free. So that means anything I sell on my eBay store, either if it's if I make sales that cover the full amount plus shipping, then I will pick up the film. Or if it if a couple items sell and I only make a little bit, then that little bit will go towards the funding of the upgrade. So that's a little challenge there. All right, so I have 4 disc let me rephrase that because my brain wants to move forward too quick. These are the Platinum Disc Corporation releases. Now I have quite a collection, not I wouldn't say quite collection. I have a decent amount, but after doing my research, there are a couple that have Blu-ray releases. So the first one here is Sister Street Fighter. The one Blu-ray I saw, I believe, is an Arrow video release. So I'm pretty excited to upgrade this one. And then I will be upgrading the Street Fighter. I believe there's a box set. I wasn't really aware that there was actually sequels to this movie. So it's got Sonny Chiba. I've heard nothing but great things about him, so I wanted to check out a lot of his films, and this is definitely one. But I figured I would hold off until I came across the Blu-ray, because a lot of these type of releases, their quality is not that great. It's god awful. It really is. Most of the time, it's like a VHS rip. That's literally what it is. I'm surprised companies even made money doing stuff like that. But yeah, definitely will be upgrading. I don't know if it was like a Shot Factory release or if it was an Arrow video release. But it's on the list of being upgraded. The next one here is a Bruce Lee double feature. We have The Fist of Fear and Touch of Death. I saw a double feature Blu-ray release. I don't know if it was a Shot Factory release or if it was a different company, but there was a Blu-ray release. Now that one was kind of difficult. I had to do a little bit more research on. Amazon's kind of weird when you research certain things. It doesn't always come up in that category, which I find very strange. So a lot of times it can become difficult trying to look for, certain films on Blu-ray. And then the last one here that I plan to upgrade is the film Zulu. This is a early Michael Caine film. The only Blu-ray I came across on this is a Region 2 release, but it's also a Region 3 release, so we'll play in a US player. So I definitely will be picking that up for sure. So at least for right now, there's at least two that I will have to import, because there's, either there's no US release or the US release is way too expensive. And then of course there's my super ex-girlfriend, which I'm gonna have to find a pretty affordable Blu-ray out there, whether it's a Region 2 release or if it's a bootleg. I definitely want it on Blu-ray, but I do not want to pay the $200 or even $150. If I can try to get it for around $80 to $75 as the lowest, then I will do so. But those are the films that I plan to upgrade. Just keep an eye out on the Blu-rays. That video is going to be a little bit longer because I gotta continue on with what I have on Blu-ray that does have a 4K release. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like, comment down below. And with that being said, I am Film Talk with Mikey. Until next time, guys, we'll talk films. Peace.